up, you guys, and welcome to Adulting with Joyce Pring, the how-tos of your 20s told by a 20-something-year-old traversing through adult life expectantly and with gusto. Don't forget to check out joycepring.com for the show notes and use the hashtag Adulting with Joyce Pring for all your comments, suggestions, and hopefully non-violent reactions. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Adulting with Joyce Pring. We're back with my favorite co-host,
Hello.
Erin Atayde, everybody.
That's me. She has to say that because I'm here.
Yes, that's true. I say that even when you're not around, Parts. We're so good together that Globe actually gave us another podcast called That's Wonderful. So if you haven't listened to that, please do so.
Please do.
Or just tell them to sponsor this one.
Yes, or get us more.
No, but welcome back to the show, Parts. This is going to be kind of like a free-flowing episode.
Okay.
I feel like most of the time we have a topic that
Yeah.
we like to do on the podcast, but sometimes people just message me that they want to hear our thoughts and opinions on some things.
Okay.
So why don't we do that?
All right, cool.
There's-
I'm totally down for that.
I mean, there's so many things happening. The
So many
past
things
couple of
happening right
months, and it's only March, guys.
Yes.
March pa lang po. Anong nangyari? I feel like the world has ended and it's slowly putting itself back together already.
Yes, it feels like Thanos' snap is very, very slow. It's just like, little by little, everything's gonna fall apart.
Unti-unti. Well, since you've mentioned Thanos already, the new Black Widow movie is coming out.
Yeah.
I heard you're a hater.
I'm not a hater. Let's get this clear. I have gotten to the point already where I am not as excited for Marvel movies, but I will
Why?
still watch all of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of my friends are like that.
Yes.
Hindi na super excited.
Yeah, like not like before when if a trailer came out, I'd be like, oh my god, I gotta watch this on my big TV and all that. Now it's more okay. If Black Widow comes out, okay, I'll watch it, but I'm not like
Why
trying
did
to
you get
overhype it.
there? How did you get there?
I don't know. I think it was because there's just been so many. I treat Marvel movies now like I treat a Netflix show.
Really, like a series?
Yeah, where it's just like a really long-running series where it's like, okay, there's a new episode, and
You're
then
still
I'll
gonna
watch
watch it.
I'll
Yeah.
still watch it, but I'm not gonna like go completely bonkers like I used to before. Whenever it would come to like the new Avengers trailer, like that one was really like it got
That
me
was
going.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. The past two movies were intense.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved it. But I feel like maybe I also liked Captain Marvel, but not as much as I hoped I would love
really?
it. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I wanted more blowing up. I don't know. I'm such a dude that way. You
I
know me.
know.
I am such a dude that way.
I thought
that
you would like it.
I loved it. I really liked it. But I was saying, like, I didn't love it as much as I thought I would.
I mean, I thought that you would absolutely love it because of the whole fact that it was women empowerment. You know, it was.
I mean, obviously. But then also, I wanted more blowing up. Where was the blowing up, dude? A little bit of it.
It was
happened,
a little bit,
yeah.
but it wasn't like entirely blowing up, so to say. Yeah.
So that's why I get what you're saying, that you're not as excited for
Yeah.
Black Widow, but you'd still watch it. Did you see the trailer?
The new one that came out yesterday.
I didn't see the
There's
new
a new
one
one that
yesterday.
came out like a couple like.
Is it still
depending
bad
on what time.
Russian accent?
Yes, it's still Scarlett Johansson. I don't know why I went from Russian to German like immediately. I couldn't even get to
No.
3 words.
You went from Russian to Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler gives out that particular.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, I saw it. It was like, okay, yeah. Okay, I'll wait for it to come out. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm not saying that I hate it or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just not as excited as I was before when, before all of this went down. The one that I really am excited for though is the new Batman.
Is this the one with Edward Cullen?
Yes, Robert Pattinson.
Oh, right.
The guy has had more movies, okay? He didn't just do Twilight and then this.
But you remember him for Twilight.
But
Do
that's
you not?
So sad. That's so sad for his career.
I
But
know.
he's actually done a lot of other movies.
And he's
I've
an
seen
incredible
him.
actor,
He's
to
an
be completely
incredible
honest
actor.
with you.
And I think that the fact that they're going into more of how the origin story, it's not going to be as he's not gonna be as high tech as he was. They showed the Batmobile. It's kind of not as the level that we saw back in the day, or even during the Christian Bale era.
Yeah.
I am very excited for it. I want to see what they're going to be able to do with that.
You know what I noticed with movies now, especially movies with heavy CGI? They've kind of backtracked in the sense that before it was always CGI, 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 effects, blowing up. And then now they really focus a lot on the storyline.
Yes.
Right?
Because I think they realized that it is, and people connect easier when it's a tangible thing that they see.
That's true.
I think it was something on Vox or something that I was watching on this, where they noticed they tracked the down. See, I'm such a dork that I watch these things.
Yes.
They tracked how much CGI was used, and you're right. It's going lower and lower and lower because people want to be able to connect more with the things that they're seeing. And the biggest, I know, the one that they were talking about that brought this up was the latest Star Wars trilogy, where there wasn't as much CGI, where they used like actual dolls and makeup and stuff like that to make things look the way that they should.
Yeah, so it's kind of going back to that,
Yes.
right? And I feel like also people, because they're realizing that people love a good story. Like, we love a good story. We love good screenplay. Like, some people who don't even focus so much on the screenplay end up loving it. Like, I watched the newest Disney Pixar movie, Onward, the one with Chris Pratt and Tom
yes,
Holland.
yes.
The 3D movie.
Yes.
3D movie. Tama ba yun? Animated movie. Ang tanda ng 3D
3D movie? Ay, yung may glasses ka pa, yung red tsaka yung blue.
Hindi, 3D animation kasi yun, di ba?
Oo.
Okay, so the animated movie Onward, and I absolutely loved it.
Really?
I think, Parts, this movie was made for you. You have to watch
Why
it.
is it made for me?
You'll understand.
What are you trying to say?
You'll understand when you watch it. The story
So what's the story?
is about two brothers.
Oh, okay. All right, then yeah, I can get behind that.
This
I can
movie,
get behind that.
literally, I could only think of one person when I was watching this
Aw.
movie, and it was really my brother. Joke, ikaw.
Yeah, your brother is Chris Pratt. Like, it literally is.
Yeah, but it was such a good movie. And going back to your point, the storyline was amazing. So it was about, love, sibling love, parental love. It's just love in all forms. And it was crazy storytelling, which I haven't seen in a long time because we've always focused on CGI and how
Yes.
real it looks. And it still looks good, but then it still focuses more on the...
I think if you even if
Story.
you look at the ones that made a big splash in the past year in terms of them, being a movie, you see like Parasite and you see 1917, where it was more of the storytelling that was at the pinnacle and at the forefront of it all. And I love that. And like I've told you before, as a storyteller, I love the fact that that's what we're going towards now.
Wait, did you watch Parasite?
I did. I loved that.
Gosh, I love Parasite.
Oh
It was
my God,
so good.
It was so good.
It-
It had to be one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
It's incredible storytelling also. And I love that the small details that they put into it. I was watching a Vox video or,
see?
or a YouTube video about it, about the small parang social constructs that they showed through the film without even knowing, like
Yes.
without even showing. Like, for example, never mind. Baka kasi hindi pa nila napapanood.
Kung hindi mo pa napapanood yung
That's
Parasite,
on you.
please manood na kayo.
Oh, sorry. If you haven't watched the Parasite, it's probably on you.
Yes,
So, what was your
that is
favorite part about it? It's hard to pick,
Well,
but
it was...
but what's okay? So here's a better question: what made it the Oscar winner that it was
wow.
for you?
It was I think it was the character development, the character arcs, and all of that. As geeky as it'll sound, to be like the mise en scène of a lot of
Wow.
the things, where it was stuff that was added to the scene that wasn't necessary, but it told the story better. I loved the way that they shot it. I love the way that the sound engineering of it. And what was that song that the girl did? The one with the bunny ears.
Oh yeah, because they were trying to
Yeah,
remember,
Yeah, I love
like
that.
the fake story that they
Yes,
had,
the one
so
with
they
the
made it
fingers.
into a
Yeah.
song.
I don't know.
She was doing air
Yeah.
quotes. It wasn't bunny.
Was that air quotes or was that bunny?
Yes,
thought
I think it's
or
air
was it air
quotes, right?
quotes? Damn.
The Korean-looking guy in the room says that it's air quotes, so let's listen to him.
Oh, they were air quotes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
bunny
Aaron,
ears.
the bunny ears.
Yeah. Obviously, I was paying so much attention to everything on the screen.
Yeah, I like that also.
Yeah, I loved that. I loved how they showed everything on that. It was so much fun.
And you know what was really interesting also? They had the scene, yung super lakas ng ulan. There was
Yes.
heavy rainfall, and I was reading an article about it, and it showed the difference between the classes.
Yes.
So for the really rich family, it was a slight inconvenience. And then the next day, she was even talking on the phone saying, like, it's great that it rained because it cleared out the
Yeah.
sky. I mean, it's so nice out now. But then for the family in the lower class, it was devastating for
Yes.
them. Their whole house was ruined. Their stuff got wet. They had to sleep in a covered court, diba?
It
So it was
was nuts.
so good. And that's just one of the many points that movie made. And apart from that, I think it's not often now that you get to watch movies that tell you a story, that give you lessons, that gets you thrilled, and then at the same time makes you laugh.
Exactly. It was so good. And at the same time, because of how, I guess, in depth, a lot of, and so much, yeah, it not really in depth, but how much depth, rather, a lot of the movies that I've been watching are, I still have to go back and watch some like really trashy TV, like Love is Blind and stuff like that. I
Oh.
have to be able to balance that out in my
You've
life.
been watching that?
I love that. It was so good.
It's like blindfolded bachelorette.
It was so good. I loved it so much because of how trashy it was. It
Oh
was
my
unbelievable.
gosh, I need to get on
You
that.
haven't. You know the story. You know the idea.
I guess I kind of. Okay, so what's the
Okay,
premise?
so for those that don't know, it's a reality show on Netflix where there's like 20 guys and 20 girls. They all go through like all these pods and they have blind dates. They never see the girl. They never see the guy. They're able to hear each other. So that's why the question is, if you fell in love with somebody in the pods, it's just personality. Is that enough to be able to marry someone? So at the end, if you propose to that person, that is the only time that you'll see them. And then 4 weeks later, you guys gotta get married.
What? How long would they be in the pods for?
I think they were there for like a couple of weeks or something like that, but it was nonstop. Like if
crazy.
you wanted to actually try it, like try with somebody, you could be with them like the whole day and have your conversations. It was so trashy. I'm telling you right now, it is not the best, I guess, when it comes to like, well, no, it's awesome. It's trashy awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it.
And it's entertaining. Like
It
you're-
was so entertaining.
Dude, you're the second guy friend that I have that's watched this and actually enjoyed it.
I loved it.
I am calling out Matt Alcanzaren. He watched this and he posted it on his Instagram. He was like, this was actually pretty entertaining.
It really was. It's a great concept. If for anything, it was a great concept.
And you also said the same thing about The Circle.
The Circle is the same way because I like these different kinds of content shows where it's a different. It's not the usual. It's not like The Bachelor or anything
Yeah.
like that. It's something different, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You know what? One movie that I actually ended up watching because Aaron posted about it on his Insta stories is All the Bright Places.
Yes, that was very good too.
So good. And I was telling Wanch about it. It's like, I understand now why Aaron liked this
Yeah.
because it's a lot of conversation.
Yes.
It's a lot of ideas out of the box, and it's a lot like Before Sunrise.
And Elle Fanning was fantastic in that.
she's so good.
So good.
And she's so beautiful.
so beautiful.
So good.
I was so I didn't know that it was a book.
I didn't
It
know
was
that
a book.
also.
So,
With the same title?
Yes, a book of the same title. It
Oh.
was like very popular with the very young crowd.
Oh wow. You mean us?
Yes, the 14 to 15, 14 to 17 female demographic.
By the
Obviously,
way-
I hit that. That is my market. I am 14 to 17-year-old female.
Yes,
That is
that's
me.
you. That's your market.
But I really enjoyed it. I love the way that they shot it.
And going back to that, it's always about storytelling, right?
Yes.
Like it's a different kind of storytelling. The screenplay is really good. It just adds that the cinematography is really nice
Yes.
too. But it's stories after stories and after stories. And I feel like the whole world is just going around now by, through, and under stories. And one
Yes.
of the stories that have been circulating now is really just the stories behind happening in and through the coronavirus.
Yes.
It's so weird that we're jumping to that, but it's also one of the things that I can't keep my eyes off of it.
Yes, there's like a Telegram group that I'm in that they just send updates and all of that.
Talaga?
Yeah, I'll send
Oh my
you like
gosh.
how to do it. It's at this point we need all the information. I will not be one to say that the media needs to stop. Blah blah blah. No, we need all this information. But the main concern there is what do we do with the information?
Yeah.
How do we react to all of the news and everything that's being put on our given to us with push notifications straight to our phones and all of that? How do we handle it? And where do we go from there?
So where were you when you first heard about the coronavirus, and what was your first reaction?
So for me, I've always been you know me. I'm always so big when it comes to like U.S. news and all of that. I've always followed that very very diligently.
And it's weird because there's a political race going on in the States right now, and
Yes.
everything just kind of like went under the radar because of the coronavirus.
Yes, they're in the primary caucuses right now, and they're trying to find out who's gonna win the presidency. And of course, that's where I found out. I mean, because when you watch all that news, it's gonna pop up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when I was watching it, I noticed that the Philippines was talking about it more than the U.S. was at the time because we were closer to China, where it originated from. It's now kind of developed into more of a panic situation, whether I agree with it or not. We have reached that where
Yeah.
it is a panic or something like that, or I don't know. A panic. I don't know.
It's a
Trying to make up
pandemic
word.
panic.
Yeah, there you go. How do you look at it though? I mean, because like for you, you're always out and about for work.
Yeah, and I was kind of sick also, like 3 weeks ago. I was down with the flu. It was really tough, but it lasted for 2 days lang, 3 days lang. So I was sick and I had chills and really high fever. And then I was sick for like one night. And then I told myself, okay, if I'm not better by tomorrow morning, I'll bring myself to the hospital. But then kasi, it's also the flu season.
Yes.
So I was watching a news about it. I've been following it thoroughly, and I went to the grocery. I've done everything that I can for the precautionary measures
Yes.
that's been advised by the DOH. So I try to keep, physical contact, which, is so hard for me
Yes.
because I'm a hugger, right? So now I just have to, I tap the shoes of people. I fist bump them. I do air kisses,
Yeah.
whatever I can. And then I try to carry around. But it's weird because I've been doing these things, the alcohol, washing my hands
Yeah,
frequently.
you've always been like that.
I've always been like that for the longest time. So I have a friend who posted this on her Facebook, and she was just like, I'm so happy people are now also germaphobes, because I've always been a germaphobe, and it just bothers me that sometimes she sees people coming out of the toilet without washing their hands.
Ugh, you can't do that.
Exactly. So, I mean, more than anything, one, I hate the panic because
Yes.
the panic is really bringing out the worst in
Yes.
human beings. It's bringing out apathy, it's bringing out greediness, it's bringing out just complete disregard for other human beings. And we're going into this pre-evolution way of I don't care about you as long as I survive
Yes.
type of mentality, which is just crazy for me. Number two is that I also hate the fear mongering. Like
Yes.
I feel like we're focusing so much on these are the amount of cases. These are this is how bad it could get, instead of what you can do so as not to make it worse
Yes.
for yourself, for your family, and for the people around you. So I think it's more than anything we need proper information dissemination, and we also really need to filter out the fake news.
Yeah, and that's how I'm looking at it as well. I think that no matter what, there will always be fake news. We have reached that moment in time in our lives where that's the way that it is.
It's so hard to pick out now kung ano yung fake sa totoo.
Exactly.
Diba? Like, it's all on Facebook.
And whether it's your tita or something like that is sharing it, I always just say that just get whatever the information that it is. Do not panic. Panicking will not do anyone good at this point. But I agree, we need to be cautious, but not
Yeah.
panic.
Yeah, there is a fine line between
Yes.
being cautious and keeping yourself safe and taking precautionary measures and panic. Like,
Yes.
it's just insane. If you are hurt, I was watching this YouTube nga, diba? And I saw like old ladies fighting over paper towels.
Can somebody explain to me what it is with
Or-
paper towels? Why are people going crazy for paper towels?
I think because they don't wash their puwet, diba? They just use toilet paper.
What?
So if you're gonna stay in the house, if you're gonna be confined, you have to use toilet paper. Does that make
So they're scared that they're gonna run out of toilet paper. How much do these people poop?
thrice a day, I guess?
Oh my goodness!
It's very healthy bowel
I know.
movement.
I don't understand.
That's
the whole
my
thing with
theory,
it.
but I don't.
I don't know.
I
Is
don't
it
know.
because they're wiping things down with the paper towels?
No,
I don't know.
no. I think it's really just for
for
pooping.
number two.
For number two.
Oh my goodness. I
Yeah,
don't
because if it's for wiping, it should be yung mga sanitary, diba, mga wet wipes talaga.
know.
But it's not. It's toilet paper. So I think that's it.
I really have no idea what is happening.
It's crazy.
So, like, when you say that you're taking precautionary actions, like, what are the things that you are doing?
Well, I'm reading the news constantly.
Uh-huh.
I'm reading the news constantly from trusted sources.
Nice.
You know, you have to get your news from the major news outlets, or else you'll start reading about new vaccine coming up for the coronavirus.
Yeah, no.
That's not true,
Yeah.
and your friends are sharing it, right? You have
Yes.
to be vigilant about the information that not only you get but also disseminate, because
Yes.
that's where fake news starts. Number two is I've also put in. I went to the grocery, so I have a supply for water and food for
That's
at
good.
least the next week or so. And I think that's just safe for you to have, even if there's no epidemic or pandemic
Yes.
going on, because you never know. I
Yeah.
always have a go bag at home. You know, if anything happens, my husband and I, well,
Ah.
nasa mid ako dun. Just kidding. So, Wancho and I, we have a go bag. So, we have food supply, water supply, medicine, and we also load up on the vitamins. So, before this whole thing blew up, before coronavirus blew up, my coach is actually. He has a son who's a doctor or a nurse that works in the ICU, and he told me like weeks ago, Joyce, make sure that you load up on vitamin C. Kahit mag-overdose ka, mga 2,000 mg, that's fine, and always wash your hands and have alcohol around. So I thought to myself, okay, sige. And then I started buying other vitamins. So I read that you can also buy zinc, what do you call this? Yung mga parang chewables, ganyan, to make sure that your throat is always healthy. Because sometimes daw, the viruses are in your throat. And then if you don't clean it thoroughly, it goes into your
Interesting.
system,
Okay,
right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we started buying mga Colgate Plaques, Bactidol, all of these things that you can use to really gargle at night. And then yun, vitamins lang talaga. You have to drink vitamin C, vitamin B also, and I try to put insulated magnesium and zinc.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, look, the vulnerable groups are the elderly,
Yes.
and young kids,
Yes.
right?
No, actually, yeah, like
More.
babies.
Yeah, babies.
Yes.
Yeah, babies. Hindi kids.
Not
young
kids,
kids
yes.
talaga.
Yeah.
It's almost not traceable in kids
Yeah,
nga
so which
daw.
is super weird.
Yeah, so parang people are saying, bakit nature is sparing the children? That's
Thank
because
God.
they're awesome.
I know.
Yes, the Lord loves the kids.
Exactly.
They probably hates the boomers. Just kidding. Just kidding. That was a joke. My
Yeah,
gosh.
guys, relax.
Oh my gosh, relax. No, but I have a 77-year-old Lola, diba?
Yes.
And you know I'm really
Yes.
close to my grandma. So here's the thing. I feel like some people would always say na, you guys are panicking for no reason. There's no reason for you to do all of these things because you're not gonna get sick. You're not part of the vulnerable group. And that's true.
Yes.
You're not. But you have the capability to pass it on to someone who is.
Exactly.
So you are responsible to make sure that you're a hard target, right? Make sure that your hygiene is good, you take your vitamins, and you don't go into any public places if you feel sick already.
Yes.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I think that we first of all, panicking is not when we say don't panic. We're not saying this for the people that are like, oh no, we have to lock ourselves in our house. We're never going out ever again. No, that's not what we're
Yeah.
referring to. We're saying, make sure that everyone takes care of themselves. You're right. If you feel like you're feverish, and people are kind of weird with it with the whole like the temperature gun.
Yeah.
Are you for the temperature gun?
I mean, I guess.
This is my thing with the temperature.
Okay, what's your thing with it?
I'm happy that it's there. At least that if somebody finds like you have some problem with your fever, at least you can get it going. My thing is, if you guys are going to be checking everyone and with the fever gun and all of that, please stop touching me when you frisk me while I go into a mall.
What's the point?
Exactly. I don't know who you touched.
Mm-hmm.
If you frisked somebody that had it and then right before me and I didn't touch that person,
Yeah.
you just passed it towards me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's what they were trying to do, Aaron.
exactly.
It's a biowar. This went really dark.
Oh God. Adulting with Joyce Pring. Stuff is biowar. No, so that's my thing. If you're gonna check, I'm all for checking temperatures. I think that if it takes a little bit longer, it's a little bit of a hassle. It doesn't matter as long as we can check if people have fever or not. I'm cautious with this.
Yeah.
I'm very, very cautious with this. I've bought like all my like sanitation stuff. I have all my masks and
You do know you have to use those, right, Bart?
yeah, no, I know. I mean, it's
Okay.
just keep them in my bag.
Okay.
I thought that's all you needed to do.
No, you gotta use them.
Oh, now it makes sense.
Right?
Because I had it for so long. I was like,
I
wow,
know.
it never goes away.
I just see it lying around the house for you.
God, hindi siya naubos. Ang galing.
Okay.
So I'm all for being cautious, but at the same time, I think that we should not panic because when we panic, you're right. People start making decisions that will be very individualistic, and it's getting to a point where it's very selfish.
Yeah.
I hope that we can find a way to get over this. I hope that by maybe August or something that we have a way to combat this entirely. But at the same time, if we don't, the best measures that we can do because we can't quarantine ourselves forever.
That's true. Yeah.
We can't be living in fear forever. So
That's true.
at what point do you think that if like for instance if the Philippines has 24 cases as of taping right now, if you're coming from a different country that has less, is it safer there or is it safer here? We don't know.
I think it's always gonna be a risk wherever you are.
Exactly.
Because it's a virus.
It
I mean,
is.
you can't say that you can close the borders on this one because it's a virus.
I think we're too late for that.
Exactly. But more than anything, it's really taking care of yourself so that you won't be an easy target. It's making sure that your immune system is up. It's making sure that you're always in good hygiene, right? It's also keeping yourself updated with the news. It's also making sure na you're staying away from the places where they're telling us to stay away from. It's also, I was reading a news article about it and they said that the most efficient way that they tried is isolation talaga. It's really quarantine.
Yes.
So that's why the cases now in China bumababa na siya. Hindi na siya kasing dami during the first wave because they started quarantining. Nobody was out in the streets, right? So we can start doing that now.
Yes.
Like don't go out of the house unless you really have to.
Yes.
If your boss cancels or your professors or your school cancels your classes, go ahead and rejoice.
Yes.
Right? And if, for example, I had a birthday party that we had for Anna, one of my friends, over the weekend, and we were supposed to go into a karaoke place. But then that was the day also that they announced that there was parang mga 6 cases of coronavirus in the Philippines. We decided na, hey, you know what? We're gonna just bring the party in our condo and everyone's gonna wear masks, and every time you enter the door you have to wash your hands or give alcohol.
Cool.
And nobody's gonna do touching. Nobody's
Nice.
gonna touch each other. And it was fine.
How is it when now that you're married?
Oh, well, we touch each other all the time. There's no point. I mean, if he's got it, I probably got it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well, diba?
That was so dumb. Like, well, if you're gonna die, I guess I'm gonna die too.
Oh, you ain't leaving me, baby. We going together.
It's so funny because Wanch and I actually had that conversation because everyone was going like fist bump or elbow bump during the birthday of
supposed to
Anna.
do?
Huh?
What are you guys supposed to do?
We kissed on the lips.
Nice. Lovely.
Yeah.
In it together.
Did you know that when we got married, February 9, Teddy Luxin, some dude, retweeted our photo of us kissing on our wedding day and said, "No time for kissing now. It's coronavirus season."
Are you serious?
I am not kidding you.
Oh my goodness.
As in, like, I was kind of pissed off, but then I was kind of like, that's dumb.
Yeah, I don't
That's
pay
dumb.
attention to it. Yeah, you don't need to pay attention to that kind
Yeah.
of negativity in your life.
No, but I mean, it's,
I get it.
I mean, it's our wedding day.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
But anyway, it's just one of those things that you'll really see. Social media can help,
yes.
but it can also be.
It's funny because out of all the people that I'm seeing and all the people online, the people that I have known from broadcasting or from whatever field in terms of this are the ones that are not sharing any news whatsoever.
Yeah, because I feel like there's enough already out.
But everyone else that is not like in the world of broadcasting
Is sharing it.
They're sharing everything.
You know what?
That's where I think it can get kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because with the share button, with the retweet button, that's where things get a little, people are a little too gung-ho on and trigger happy with that.
Yeah, tsaka feeling ko rin, it's oversaturation of bad news.
Yes.
More than anything, if you keep reporting about the same cases, even if it's the same cases, but I, as an individual, see it 2,000 times a day in my scrolling, it's gonna give me panic.
Yes.
Because nag-activate yung part ng brain mo that's for survival.
Yes.
Right? I don't know what part it is, something, but it activates.
It's there.
Yeah. So that's what I was reading about. The reason why there's panic over it is when a human being doesn't know what it is. Like, for example, alam mo yung...
It's the fear of the dark.
Yes, it's a fear of the dark. When you don't know what it is, your brain actually activates the part of it that is for survival.
Mode. Yeah.
So it goes into survival mode. Kaya nagiging ganon. So I think for us, for broadcasters, and for a lot of broadcasters also, we're more careful
Yes.
in the news that we share because we understand the kind of effect that it has on people. There's already enough bad news going on around. So pag nakikita ko yung mga sinashare na the newscasters or sila Kuya Kim, Ivan Mayrina, they always share about what you can do
Yes.
to prevent it from spreading
Yes.
instead of what's wrong?
Yes.
What's going on? Are they dying? How many are dead already? You know?
I completely agree. And I think that hopefully this teaches us more than just cleaning our hands.
Yeah.
I think that I hope, because, God willing, we will get past this. We've gotten past a lot of different things. A lot of things have tried to kill us as a human race before.
Yeah.
And we're still here. I
And
think
we
that this is
all
gonna be
will
really-
eventually die anyway.
Exactly. The human race will go on. Ourselves individually, we will die eventually. When the time comes. But I hope that we learn from this, not just to clean our hands, but to
Yeah.
be able to, be more cautious, be more prepared. If this is the kind of life and the kind of world that we're going to be living in, we have to make adjustments.
Yeah.
So panicking now and, going in full rage mode and all of that will not solve anything. It will not make anyone any better. It will not make the disease go away.
Yeah.
It will just make things worse. So if you guys want to panic buy, just buy. You don't need to do it with a whole lot of panic and buying like 50,000, cans of corned beef and all of that.
At saka be empathetic naman because some people have more family members than you.
It's like the whole thing with the surgical masks.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how some people are stealing from hospitals?
Are you serious?
People are stealing from hospitals masks because you can't find it online, you can't find it in stores already. So the problem now with hospitals is they can't, ang dami nilang nananakawan.
Oh my
so
God.
it's either their staff or somebody, one of the patients or mga kasama doon, they would go in, they'd steal some of the masks and then they'd sell it for more or they use
Oh
it for
my
themselves. That's the kind of behavior that we don't want,
Yes.
right?
Please just be responsible. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really all I'm trying to say. Just
And
be responsible.
You have to keep yourself educated. You need a surgical mask if you're sick.
Yes.
It can't do much for you if you're not.
Yes.
So why you can wear it, for example, if you're traveling, is so that you can keep yourself from touching your
That is
nose,
why
your
I do it.
mouth.
That is the main, because for those that don't know, I don't know. It's a mannerism of mine, always touching my
Yes.
face, whether it's my nose or my lips or anything. It's always been one of my mannerisms. So when I started getting masks, it was literally just to stop myself from touching my face.
Yeah.
So that's why people are like, oh, you should only use it once. You should only use a surgical mask once. I'm like, I'm not even using it to make sure I'm not sick. I'm just doing it to stop me from touching my face. It's a
Yeah, that's
very
true.
different thing.
Yeah. And also what I learned from this coronavirus is we've become Japanese people. Because like Japanese people, when you go to Japan, they always wear their masks
Yes.
if they're sick,
Yes.
right? And they don't touch you. They don't do shake hands. They just bow. Boom. We've turned Japanese, guys.
You are intelligent.
I'm just an idiot.
That's right.
Yes.
No, you're intelligent because you can hide your idiocy and make it look like it's smart.
I mean, I'm not as intelligent as the people who made TikToks on how to wash their
Oh my
hands
God.
through the weekend.
Can someone explain TikTok to me? I don't get it. I don't understand
honestly-
it. I've tried to understand it. I've asked one of my co-hosts on one of my other TV shows to try and explain it to me. She's young. She has one. I was like, tell it to me. Explain it to me. Make me want to like it. No idea.
The better question is, if you are 40 years old and above, should you be on TikTok?
Okay.
Let's phone Enrico Blanco.
Is he on TikTok?
He is on
Oh,
TikTok.
wait, are you on TikTok?
Yes, but the short answer is yes, but only because my management asked me to be on
okay.
TikTok. They were
Yeah.
like, "Girl, TikTok is a hip and happening thing right now."
Okay. This is my question.
And because I'm an obedient girl, I went for it.
This is okay. So my question is, and I don't know if anyone else here in the studio will be able to answer it. Maybe you guys at home. What is it about TikTok that people from the Y generation, absolutely hate it,
Really?
but Gen Z absolutely loves it? What is it that makes the Instagram community, the era and the generation of the Instagram people hate TikTok? Like I cannot do it. Like I can't bring myself to the point of saying, you know what? I'm gonna download TikTok and I'm gonna
Parts,
try.
let's do it. Let's try it.
No.
Through the week.
No.
No? Okay.
Why do you think that it's that way though? Why do you think our generation,
Okay,
the adulting with Joyce Pring generation, looks at TikTok in a kind of disgusted way?
Okay. I think one factor probably is because we see all of the kids there.
Yes.
Like our nephews and our nieces are using TikTok, so we kind of feel like, baka parang hindi para sa atin to.
Uh-huh.
I think the second one, for me personally, and I'm not saying that this is for everyone, right? I don't like watching myself singing, dubbing, or dancing.
Yes.
It's so embarrassing.
Yes.
I enjoyed that when I was in my teens and early 20s, but now that I'm 26, it's just, and then to post it for everyone to see, it's just so weird for me.
Okay.
For me, that's why.
I think about it that, okay, it just actually hit me right now. I think that our generation never looked at ourselves as cute.
Yes. Yes.
We
Yes.
never said, oh, I am guwapo ako eh.
You're so
Or,
cute.
sobrang cute ko kaya. We were never that generation.
So what were we? What are we?
We were the generation that was looking for affirmation.
That's true. That's true.
We were always looking for someone to say, oh, we were looking for that. I think the TikTok crowd is the crowd that knows that they're cute. I don't want to say think because they know. I think everyone is cute. But,
wow.
Oh yeah. But
That's
I
a
think
problem
that-
why you're still single,
Oh
Pards.
wow, sige, balik natin doon. I don't know if I'm cute enough to be on TikTok.
That's so true. That's actually, I think that's it. I think that's a really good point. People who are on TikTok have that confidence that, hey, I'm cute.
Yes.
I am the shiznits.
Yes.
And I am going to look good singing and dancing in front of the camera, and I'm going to show it to everyone.
I don't think I'm cute. Do you think you're cute? No.
Is,
no.
Jello, are you on?
Jello, you know you're cute.
Are you on TikTok?
No, you're
Kiara,
not.
are you on TikTok? No, come on, Jello. Come here. You're on TikTok. Come on. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
What was the last dance you did? Kahapon.
Kahapon?
No.
I knew it. I knew it. But Yeah, you're right.
I just don't think I've seen
Martin,
enough.
what do you think? Do you have TikTok? Why do you think people like TikTok?
And why do you think people don't want to get on TikTok? Why is it such a divisive app?
Feeling ko kasi matanda na ako kaya ayoko nang...
Hindi ka na cute. Hindi ka na cute.
Hindi na ako cute.
Ayun.
Diba? Totoo eh. Hindi, at saka pansin mo, our generation is either we're growing up na. It's literally adulting time for us,
man.
right? So we're... See, that's what we enjoy. We enjoy reading about coronavirus.
Yeah, we spent a good 20 minutes talking about news.
Exactly.
And box videos about Parasite.
And even when we're talking about TikTok, we're not talking about what you can gain from TikTok or what's the trend now on TikTok. We're talking about why do people like it or why don't they like
Why
it?
TikTok?
Exactly, why TikTok? So I think we're in that reflective season of our lives. We're in, we're thinking more. I'm not saying that people on TikTok don't think. It's
Yeah.
more of it's really a fun app kasi. But it's so weird for me because sometimes I see videos that are from TikTok pero parang helpful video siya. Like the washing of your hands
yes.
or biting into a lemon when you're having a panic attack.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew
So
that.
I think they have a parang version of TikTok wherein it's kind of like Instagram stories.
Uh-huh.
Wherein you can record yourself doing things without actually yung dancing. Pero yung mga dancing kasi yung popular.
Okay.
My gosh, even J-Lo and J-Rod
Exactly.
has a TikTok.
A-Rod and J-Rod
A-Rod
and J-Lo,
pala.
I mean, I wish I had that. Again, J-Lo's freaking hot. You can do that if you're hot.
Oh, wait, sorry, but Elizabeth Warren, the presidential candidate, had that flick a switch.
Yeah. I think that TikTok is still in its early stages. It's kind of like how we were doing Instagram when it started.
Yeah.
We didn't know what Instagram was. We were just messing around, taking pictures and all that.
Do you think though that TikTok will be as big as Instagram?
I think that it has the right crowd. I think it captured that market. I think that the kids look at or are gonna start looking at Instagram the same way that we look at Facebook.
Oh my gosh, no!
Or
Really?
yeah.
You think so?
I think it could happen.
Yeah.
What do you think is more infectious though, coronavirus or TikTok accounts?
I mean, if Rico Blanco has it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
TikTok. TikTok.
Oh,
He has TikTok.
TikTok, he has TikTok.
Not Edcom. Different.
No, we love Corks, and my friends and I my friends were showing me the videos of him on TikTok, and cute siya. He actually looks good doing it. He's dancing because he's a dancer.
Rico Blanco's a dancer?
Oh my gosh, don't you know?
No.
He dances so well.
I never knew that.
You guys know this, right? Nobody knows this. In Antukin, in all of his previous music videos, he would always dance. Nagmumoonwalk yan. Sobrang galing niya sumayaw. Yeah. Even the Fiestamatic album, he danced a lot in that album.
See, I don't have these kind of talents that I can do this.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If you're in our generation, I feel like you have to have that dancing talent for you to look good on TikTok, or else you have to be in the younger generation and you're just plain out cute.
Oh yeah, because I'm not cute. I'm really not cute enough.
And you're
for
not a
TikTok.
dancer.
Yeah, so what am I gonna do on TikTok?
I guess you're just gonna have to stick with me on the podcast.
Why do you think the one place I went was the place that you don't need to see me, and that's it.
That's
All
true.
you need is just to hear me, and that's my wheelhouse. You stay right there. You don't need to see me dance. It's just that.
But I have to say though that we support the TikTokers. So
Yes, I support it. I will not. I will not tell anyone not to get on it. If if that's the way that you want to express your art,
Go.
By all means, do it. I will never stop anyone from doing anything like that. I'm just
so
saying,
true.
I'm stopping myself.
Yeah.
That's the only person I'm stopping.
Nobody wants to see us on TikTok.
Nobody wants to see me dance.
Yeah,
People
nobody.
might want to see you dance.
Probably not either.
Nobody wants to see me
Yeah,
dance.
nobody
That's
wants
for
to
sure.
see us dance. But we love seeing you guys on your social media platforms. And I
Always.
think it's really nice that now in the digital age, we have the wide range of either coronavirus, Black Widow trailer, or kids and adults dancing in front of a camera in TikTok.
And throwing all of that in one episode of Adulting with Joyce Pring. That is what Adulting with Joyce Pring, and that's what adulting is really.
Yeah.
Spitting all of those conversations in 44 minutes and getting it done.
That's right. So thank you guys for listening to this episode. That's pretty much it. If you like this one, please do know that we have many more on Spotify, iTunes, and all your other podcast providers. And of course, Aaron Atayde also has his own podcast.
Yes, please do check out Jump Through Hoops on all your favorite podcast apps, and follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. That's all I got. I ain't got no TikTok yet.
Not
Who
yet.
knows? Who
Not
knows?
yet, at least.
At Aaron Atayde. Thank you.
And of course, if you want to watch the video version of this episode, you can go to youtube.com/make the right choice. But for now, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. Paalam.
Peace.
Don't forget to check out joycepring.com for the show notes and use the hashtag #AdultingWithJoycePring for all your comments, suggestions, and hopefully non-violent reactions. Thanks for listening.